Warm inside here. Outside is another story. So we'll start with Jaya Radha Madhava Amunatira Vanachari Amunatira Jaya Radha Madhava Gunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Gunja Bihari Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Prabhu Sri Advaita Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Sri Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna. Rama Rama. Jaya Radha Radhanath Radha Radhanath Radhe. Jaya Radha Radhanath Radha Radhanath Radhe. Jaya Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Privrajikacharya Starotara Sisimat. His Divine Loving Grace Abhay Charanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Privrajikacharya Astarotara Sisimat. His Divine Loving Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. नामचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. श्री राधा कृष्ण गो गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय. श्री वृंदावन धाम की, श्री मायापुर धाम की, जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की, भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय. एकादशी व्रत की जय, द्वादशी व्रत की जय. गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to you, Srila Prabhupada. Okay, so this morning we're reading from Krishna book, and I was very happy to hear that we're almost at the end of the Krishna book, which means you have covered the 10th canto. I think there's almost just 2 chapters left. So that's really a remarkable achievement for a Sunday program. Morning program, and today we are at the 88th chapter. It's an interesting chapter. It's called the Deliverance of Lord Shiva. So we'll discuss this chapter. We'll be starting it today and see how far we go. So Alanath Prabhu, what's the reading arrangement? Yeah. Okay. Sure. So you have a mic for him? Yeah. Okay. And he has the... Okay. So maybe Prabhuji can sit like in the front here. It's easier to... Is that okay? Yeah. Excellent. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Okay. So we'll start with the chapter. Krishna book is very special because it was written before the 10th canto was completed, and it's Prabhupada's rendition of the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. It was, the first print was sponsored by George Harrison from the Beatles, yes. And it is dedicated to Srila Prabhupada's father, Gaur Mohan Dey. So it's a very special part of Prabhupada's. Prabhupada wrote many books, but this is a very special part of his offering because it's not only the story, but he also explains very deep philosophical points that help us understand better on our journey. So we'll see some of that today. So thank you, Prabhu. Please, we can start.
Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Chapter 88, The Deliverance Without Shiva. As a great devotee of Krishna, King Parikshit was already liberated, but for clarification he was asking various questions of Shukadeva Goswami. In the previous chapter, King Parikshit's question was, what is the ultimate goal of the Vedas?
Okay. Okay. So, what was Parikshit Maharaj's question? What is the ultimate goal of the Vedas? Yes. So, it's stemming from this point that this chapter is unfolding philosophically. It's from this point. Because as much as Parikshit Maharaj didn't need to ask these kind of questions, he's also already a Jivan Mukta Sauchate. He is already a liberated soul, or even within this material world. Nectar of Devotion describes this, that we get these great personalities. E Hasya Haridasya Kamana Manasa Gira Nikilas Shopi Vastatu Jivan Mukta Sauchate. That even within this life, within this material so-called body that we have, they are highly evolved spiritually. So he's asking a very specific question here. What is the goal of the Vedas? And this is a very profound question. It's maybe very simply presented, but this is where all religion is pointing. This is where all spirituality is pointing. This is where all aspects of individual development and spiritual development is pointing. It must come to a goal. And although the Vedas is so vast, we know of the 4 Vedas, but it has so many other sections and subsections. So how to find all of that? Many of us never went to Gurukul. We joined, straight out of the material world, one foot here and next foot was there, like that. So how then can we strive for something so high as the goal of the Vedas? So in Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna describes in essence what is the goal of the Vedas. So in the 15th chapter of Gita, he describes as Sarvaschaham Hridhi Sannivishta Matta Smitir Jnanam Apohanamscha Vedascha Sarver Ahameva Vedyo Vedanta Krit Vedavat Eva Chaham. So he's explaining there that Vedascha Sarver. If you study all the Vedas, somehow by your mental capacity you were able to study all the Vedas, then you'll come to this one goal. Aham eva Vedyo. I am the goal of the Vedas. Krishna declares this. So it's very almost impossible you'll find that statement in any other form of great literature as well. So this is the point that Krishna is coming to, that Parikshit Maharaj is establishing something here, very subtle but very profound. That if you know the Vedas, then you know what is the goal of the Vedas. And if you know what the goal is, then you'll know who is Krishna. Because Krishna is the goal of the Vedas. So it's a very, very deep point. And Parikshit Maharaj is making sure that those who will hear Srimad Bhagavatam over the years, they'll not miss this point. So please continue.
And Shukadeva Goswami explained the matter, giving authoritative descriptions from the Sabik succession from Sanandan down to Narayana Rishi, Narada, Vyasadeva, and then Shukadeva himself. The conclusion was that devotional service of bhakti is the ultimate goal of the Vedas.
That's the point, huh? The conclusion was what? That devotional service of bhakti is the ultimate goal. So that must be rendered to someone. Who is that rendered to? Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna. So this is what Parikshit Maharaj is coming to. That to know the Vedas means to know Krishna, and to know Krishna means to understand that we render devotional service. Constitutionally, as the spirit soul, we are servants. And that servitude, Jai Shri Radharanath Ki Jai. So as servants, what do? We render devotional service. So this is the point that Parikshit Maharaj is bringing out. Okay, continue. Yeah.
A neophyte devotee may question, if the ultimate goal of life or the conclusion of the Vedas is to elevate oneself to the platform of devotional service, then why is it observed that a devotee of Lord Vishnu is generally not very prosperous materially, whereas a devotee of Lord Shiva is found to be very opulent?
Yes. So Prabhupada, you got to read Prabhupada's books very carefully, huh? Very carefully. Did you notice that one word that he used there? It's the neophyte devotee. You heard that? Neophyte means one who is just starting. Therefore, a lot of fight. No, it used to be. But these days, devotees are starting from all different levels of Krishna consciousness when they're joining. So Prabhupada makes that point there, that the neophyte devotee thinks like this. That means the madhyam, the middle level, he doesn't see it like that. And of course, the highest level, the Uttama Adhikari, the Mahabhagavad devotee, he certainly doesn't see it that way. So it's not wrong in any sense, but it's a starting point. This is how we will start. That's why the chapter in itself is called the deliverance of Lord Shiva. One may think, what happened here that Lord Shiva needs to be delivered? So when we start our practice of God consciousness, then that effort is there's a lot of questions that come. If there's no questions, then how will you get clarity? So there's a lot of questions that come up, and this is healthy. If there were no questions, there'll be no Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna asked so many questions. Krishna answered so many questions. And if you study Srimad Bhagavatam, there's another Gita that comes, many Gitas in Bhagavatam, but the one that's similar to Bhagavad Gita is Uddhav Gita in the 11th canto. And it's double the volume of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is 700 verses. That one is 1,400 almost verses. And it's more in depth, more clarity. Krishna is giving more vision. So Prabhupada is starting here that the neophyte devotee sees like this, that how is it that the devotees of Lord Shiva, they're very opulent, they have a lot of wealth and they're prosperous, and the devotees of Lord Vishnu, hey, not so good examples of wealth. But this is certainly not the case. But initially it looks that way. And it's Prabhupada brings that point in first because he just made the point about devotional service before that. So he makes you think, if I just clarified that the goal of the Vedas is devotional service, then now the first point I'm making is to understand what is your goal in practicing now. Is it wealth? Because many people come because of that. Krishna describes in Gita, Chaturvida bhajante mam janasukrito arjuna arta jignasi artati jnanina bharata sabha. 4 kinds of people come. The one who is inquisitive, Artha, the one who is in search of wealth. Krishna acknowledges that. Artha Jignasi, Artharti, the yogi, and the diseased, distressed person. So 4 kinds come to Krishna. And he appreciates that at least they're coming to me. That's Krishna's humility and kindness. At least they're coming to me. So, is that a fact though? And we see there are many great. I live in India, although I may not sound like that. Chats with boy always will be chats with boy. So, yes, I live in India for the past 25 years now. And many times we visit, do parikrama of all the holy places in India. And just like we have the Vaishnava Divya Deshams, there are 108 of them, there are also the Shaivite Divya Deshams, sacred places, or Jyotish, where you can visit the sacred Shiva Lingams of Lord Shiva. And there are 12 of those. Thus far I managed to visit 5, 6 of them, I think. So there are 12, and the first one, the prominent one, is Somnath. Beautiful, beautiful temple. It's in Gujarat. So huge complex, huge temple, and they have this Shiva Ling there, one of the Bara Jyotish Lingas, 12 Lingas of Lord Shiva. And many business people come to do business. They have contracts, and they know Lord Shiva is Ashutosh, very easily pleased. So they come and give big donations, big charity. So one devotee was telling me once, he was there when one person came to start up a business contract. So in India, they do that as well. They make God half a business partner. You know this? Business partner? So they make God half business partner. So this person, he did that, and in his company, he started up, and it did very well. And the idea was, at the end of the year, when it came to the end of the financial year, then whatever profit, he would give half to the deity. So this was his idea. So he started that way. And he came and came and came, and then the first year went very well, and he gave half, very good. Now second year is little more difficult. Profit not so much, loss great. So he's coming, and it's coming to the end of financial year, and he's checking the profit, and it's not so good. So he comes up to Lord Shiva there in Somnath, and he says, "Oh my Lord, you are so clever. Although the profit is less, you already took your portion, so I'll take you already took your part, I'll just take whatever is remaining here, So this kind of business contracts we make. But if you look at the personality of Lord Shiva, you'll see many paintings up here, beautiful pictures of the spiritual world. And you've seen many paintings of demigods as well. But have you ever seen a picture of Lord Shiva with the golden crown? Yet he's such a great personality. I've even seen pictures of demigods like Hanuman with like crown and jewels. Although, we know he received that moti mala from Sita Devi in Ramayana. But you've never seen a picture of Lord Shiva with a crown. You've never seen him you've seen him with a gold necklace, gold jewelry, ornaments, bangles. You've ever seen a picture of Lord Shiva like that? You won't see a picture like that. Why? Because his mood, each deity has a mood, and his mood is very different. He is always absorbed in remembrance of the Lord. And last year we did a yatra to, how many been to India? Visited? Okay. So last year we did a yatra to Prayag. This year, you know what happened in Prayag? This year, beginning of this year, what was in Prayag? Kumbh Mela, very good. It was a special Kumbh Mela. It was Maha Kumbh Mela. Comes every 12 saal, 12 years or so it comes. So this was a special Kumbh, Maha Kumbh. It happened in Prayag. So this place, last year we went there. And it's the area of Vishwanath, Kashi Vishwanath, one of the famous, another Bara Jyotish Linga of Lord Shiva. And in that area, we had visited Vishwanath temple. So the devotees who had visited there, and it was on Shivaratri day that we were there as well. So we were very fortunate at that time. And we visited our Rup Sanatan Goswamis, received their Diksha in Das Ashwamedha Ghat, that's near there. And then from there we visited other places. So this temple of Vishwanath, they will tell you there that when you go in, you pray and everything, but don't take any dust from there. Dust yourself when you come out. Even in Somnath they do that. If you visit to any Lord Shiva temple, you dust yourself before you come out. Because his mood is vairagya, renunciation. You see him, he's always meditating. He's always deep in trance. He's got japamala. If he's got japamala, then who is he chanting name? Whose name he is chanting? If he's got japamala. You've never seen Krishna with a japamala, huh? Or Lord Vishnu, Lord Narayan, Lord Ram. But Lord Shiva has this deep mood of ascetic, of a deep yogi. And when you think of him, even Prabhupada mentions that it's the Adi Yogi, the original yogi. He has this deep mood of connecting. So he's showing a lot of renunciation. So just by looking at him, he won't be the first person you'll go to ask for opulence, because you don't see any opulence on him. But his opulence is in devotion. Deep, deep, deep devotion. So he's so absorbed in so many facets of him. As a guna avatar as well, he's in charge of the mode of tamagun, mode of ignorance. It's not that he's in ignorance, but he's in charge of that mode. And so he does this service like that. So those who pass away, in the Vedas it's described, speaking of Vedas, that at least once in this lifetime you should visit Varanasi. Varanasi. Why? Because the blessing you'll get from there will help you at the time of death. Because Lord Shiva will note, he'll be Shakshi, witness for you, that you came here to this sacred place. And what he does is, whoever passes away there, he chants the name of Ram in their right ear. So you'll see very distinctly when they lay the bodies on the funeral pyre, because Ganga is right there. And it said, if you get that chance of passing away in a place like that, then you will go back to Godhead. It's such a great boon, because Lord Shiva himself will come and chant in your right ear the name of Ram. So why is he chanting the name of Ram? All those who know this, Ram Nam Satya Hai, they know that. But we never hear that kind of a description with Lord Shiva. So Prabhupada is bringing these points not in a criticizing manner of blasphemy. No, not at all. Remember the word? Neophyte. Prabhupada described, a neophyte will see like this and see like that, separate. Duality. Dvanda Mohini Bharata, Krishna says in Gita, that illusion of seeing two, duality, matter and spirit. Na sato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate satam, ubayorapi drista and twas, tvanayas tattva darshabi. 2:16. Is describing that you should study both and see both at first. But gradually you should see that everything is connected to the Lord. Everything is His energy and how it's all working. So this great place, Lord Shiva is shown in his greatest glory, where he's so compassionate, he's so eager for the lost souls to come back to the spiritual world, that he even covers himself with ash from those burning ghats. Manikankana Ghat, you know this place. This is we don't advise everybody to go there. Even for darshan, don't go there. You know, it's not, if you don't know about subtle energy, better don't go there. Because it's not for everyone. But Lord Shiva takes this service of helping that soul that has come to Varanasi to get a highest destination. His level of compassion. So he's doing all of this in compassion. He's showing by example. And when you're kind to someone, first you give something. First you try to give something. And what is the thing that everybody in the conditioned state wants? Everybody wants wealth. Money is the honey, right? Everybody is looking for that, and everybody is moving in. So somehow, if that is your goal, even in spiritual life, then what will happen at the time of death? You will leave all that behind. Then what have you achieved if your spiritual practice was only, as the goal was only designed for that? So on the opposite side, Prabhupada is making the point that the Vishnu Bhaktas, they have their essentials. As a devotee, Prabhupada makes this clear, that as a devotee, if the Lord is taking care of the whole of creation, why he won't take care of his devotees' needs? So Krishna takes care of our needs, not our wants. What we wanting, desiring is changing all the time. But our needs, those are constant. What we need to keep body and soul together, what we need to be efficient in this world, all of that he's given. But in terms of wealth, Krishna holds that back. And we'll see later, not only wealth, when Krishna is taking care of his devotee, then it's a special connection that starts to develop. He even tells Arjuna this in Gita. Shipram bhavati dharmatma shashvak shanti nigacchati kaunteya pratijanahi na me bhakta pranasati. Arjuna, you declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes. That's an assurance Krishna is given. What does perish mean? Means at the time of death, what will be your destination? Where will you be going? There's different destinations that are there. Where will you be going? So if you performed bhakti, devotion to Vishnu, to Krishna, there is no loss on that path. Neha vikramanastosti pratyavayo na vidyate svalpamasya dharmasya trayate mahato bayat. Even a little advancement in this path will save one at that time. Greatest type of fear. Will help you at that time of death. The other paths, opulence, everybody knows. You'll have to leave every cent behind. If you're not taking your body with you, how will you take your money with you? So in Juhu, we know we have our Radha Ras Bihari Mandir there in Juhu. And many of the wealthy people in Bombay live there. Amitabh Bachchan Bhai, he has one, Unga Garbi udhar hai. He has one house there as well. And very near the temple. And the temple commander there is a friend of mine, Govinda Prabhu, Pundarik Govinda Prabhu. He says, hey, I was telling him last time that you're always expanding and building and making and breaking and making and breaking. He says, yes, we have to do this because all these wealthy business people here, they give their money so we can purify it, use it in Krishna's seva. So many expansion is going on. New temple also in Bombay now, Navi Mumbai. So much of expansion is happening. So this point Prabhupada is making, that the Krishna Bhakta or the Vishnu Bhakta, he may look like he doesn't have Because he knows better that wealth is such a thing if it's not used in the service of the Lord, because we call it Lakshmi. We call it Lakshmi Devi. And if Lakshmi is not used in the service of the Lord, then it's used for your own gratification. There's heavy reaction there. But if it's used in service of the Lord, total purification. That's what it's meant for. Opulence is meant to be used in service of the Lord. Only the devotee knows that. Therefore, the devotee is always striving to serve the Lord with whatever they have. The simplicity of love is not based on opulence. It's based on simplicity. The more simple the love is, the more pure it is. That's where we want to reach. We want to reach pure devotional service. The first statement Prabhupada mentioned, that we want to engage, goal of the Vedas is to engage in devotional service. We want to reach it. In Prabhupada's books, you'll see 3 types of devotional service. It will be service, it will be devotional service, and the purest form, pure devotional service. Each of these levels is based on consciousness. If one's consciousness is pristine, then the service will be pristine. And we will need to reach to the highest level in order to be freed from any material attachments. So right at the beginning here, Prabhupada is distinguishing that for Vishnu Bhaktas, wealth is not a concern because their goal is different. And for Lord Shiva Bhaktas, he uses that to attract them. And when he attracts them, then they see that he's such a great person. What is he doing? They'll start to observe him. And whenever you see him, he's meditating. Deep meditation is gone. He's meditating on Shankarshan, on Ram. So he's in deep meditation in that. So they will ask, by that they will slowly start to follow him. Therefore he goes into places where nobody else will go to preach. Spushan, you know Spushan? Huh? You know? Crematorium. Who will even go there? We go past there also so fast. You see in Dickinson Highway, they got camera right there. Because people go fast over there. Isn't it on that, where's the Higginson for me? This Higginson Highway, there by the graveyard. They got a camera there, right? And they put 60 there, but they expect you to do 60. And people are going fast. So they put camera there. Because past the cemetery, nobody goes slow. You just go quickly, do your job and go. So, but the devotees of the Lord, they're not concerned with... They know Krishna is giving them what they need. And they satisfied with that. Triptosmin param nayache. Dhruva Maharaj. And he is the one also who's the antithesis of this example. Because he wanted that. He had a desire to have a kingdom bigger than his father's. That as a small boy he had this. So how much of wealth is in one kingdom? And he's a prince. So Krishna shows as well that when he wants to give you something, he can give you because Dhruva was benedicted with a whole planet as a benediction. Not only one kingdom, a whole planet, Dhruva Loka. It's called the pole star. You know, sailors used to use that in order to move in the north direction. In the early years, Vasco da Gama and all those Prabhus. When they were trying to look for India, how to find Christopher Columbus? There was very little navigational charts and things then, not GPS and all of that now. So they used to use that pole star and navigate with that. So that is Dhruva, Dhruva Maharaj. So you can see, if Krishna wants to give, he can give more than anybody else has given. But if he wants to take also, there's a very big reason. There's a very, very, very great reason that he'll do that. Let's read a little more. Prabhuji, please.
In order to clarify this matter, Parikshit Maharaj asked Shukadev Goswami, "My dear Shukadev Goswami, It's generally found that those who engage in the worship of Lord Shiva, whether in the human, demoniac, or demigod society, become materially very opulent. Although Lord Shiva himself lives just like a poverty-stricken person. On the other hand, the devotees of Lord Vishnu, who is the controller of the goddess of fortune, do not appear very prosperous, and sometimes they are even found living without any material opulence at all. Lord Shiva lives underneath a tree or in the snow of the Himalayan mountains. He does not even construct a house for himself.
Yes. So, you heard of Mount Kailash, huh? So, it's on the Nepal side, Tibetan border. And up to now, nobody has ever climbed that mountain. There is no record of anybody being able to climb that. They start to ascend, and their nails start growing quicker than normal. Their hair starts growing quicker than normal. The radiation there is so high. So they get scared and come back down. So it's not an ordinary place. But how is he staying there? In a big palace or anything? No. Simply under a tree. He's satisfied just simply under a tree. Simple. One of the quotes that Srila Prabhupada has guided us on is simple living and high thinking. This is the goal. Simplicity of life, but very evolved in your consciousness. Because that is where true satisfaction lies. The level of satisfaction we need as the soul can never come from matter. Matter cannot satisfy spirit in any way. It's only with the moha, the illusion, that one can think that way. It's only a thought that I can enjoy if I got this. I can enjoy if I receive that. I can enjoy if I get that car. What you are enjoying is other people's appreciation. You are not enjoying the object. Because somebody will say, hey, Prabhu, is that the new iPhone? Is that the new Galaxy watch? It's appreciation of other people's appreciation. So when you break it down, what is giving you your happiness in life is that to be appreciated. You see that? It's not even happiness, it's to be appreciated. Even your spouse, if your spouse acknowledges something, if Mataji cooks a nice meal and Prabhu says, very tasty today. And then if she cooks tomorrow and she forgot the salt, again he will say, very tasty today. One Prabhu was telling me at home, Grihastha life, that you'll have to learn how to say certain things. So how to say now that the salt is not you forgot the salt today, because she put so much effort in cooking, right? So how to say, Devi, you forgot the salt today. So he said, you say like this. He said, Devi, you offered with so much devotion today, Krishna stole the salt. That will convey the message and put it in your good books also. Yes. So, different ways. So at the end of the day, when it's coming down to happiness, our real happiness is actually appreciation. We want to be appreciated. We want to feel loved. We want to feel appreciated. And that's why we make so much of external efforts. Even the wealth that we have, many times the wealth that we have, we won't even spend it. We'll keep it for our children or somebody that's close to us to spend. Is it not? Yeah. So you worked so much thinking that what is then giving me happiness? It's seeing somebody else happy or being appreciated. You see how misled we become? So Prabhupada brings up this point that if you really want to see somebody else happy, find a permanent relationship with someone, and that only can be found with Krishna. Ishwaraham sarva bhutani hridya arjuna tishtati. I'm situated in your heart, Arjun, and I'm waiting for you to connect with me. Lifetime, antarayami, lifetime after lifetime, we forget because we get enamored by the collection of items. Sanatana Goswami in Vrindavan, he was in Vrindavan at this time, and somebody heard that Sanatana Goswami had a touchstone. You know touchstone. You know Midas, the story of Midas, King Midas. He was touching everything, turning to gold. So they heard that such a stone is available and Sanatana Goswami has it. So this person went there and he said, Baba, I heard you have this special stone. And how did you hear? Oh, somebody told me you have this. Please, can you give it to me? So Sanatana Goswami told me, yeah, it's in that rubbish pile over there. Where the dirt is, just there, it's there. You find it, you can take it. This fellow was overjoyed. He goes there, finds it, and he's ecstatic. But then his curiosity kicks in. And he says, if this was so valuable, why would he keep it there in the rubbish pile? That means he has something more valuable than this. He must have something more valuable than this, because he wouldn't just keep this thing there. And then he comes back and he says, Sanatana Goswami, I know you have something more valuable than this touchstone. What is it? What do you have? Otherwise, why would you keep this here? And Sanatana Goswami says, okay, I'll tell you if you first throw this stone away. Throw the stone. And he said, now he's thinking, I can get a lot of things with this. I can whole life sorted out. But if he has something more valuable, so the sadhu is like that. This is Lord Shiva. He'll give you what you want, quick. And then you start thinking, what is giving him inspiration? What is he doing most of the time? He's absorbed in something else. That means material things can't be the highest level of enjoyment. So then Sanatana Goswami told him, and in Govardhan, those who've been to Vrindavan, in Govardhan, there's a Chakleshwar Mahadev temple there. Beautiful temple where near Manasi Ganga. And Sanatana Goswami was doing sadhana there, japa. And in India, the mosquitoes. In Mayapur, in Mayapur how ecstatic the kirtan is. You seen? Why? Because the mosquitoes make sure you dance. Mosquitoes in India, in Mayapur, Prabhupada traveled all over India. Oh, mosquito story, if we start mosquito katha. So Prabhupada traveled all over India. And Harisori Prabhu, Shutikirti Prabhu. Shutikirti spoke this last in Ram Navami this year. He told this story. That in Prabhupada's house, in the evening, he sets up the mosquito net, and Prabhupada would, take his last meal in the evening. Maybe he'll take some puri and milk like that, and he'll rest and then get up at midnight to translate. And sometimes he would even sit in the mosquito net to get ready. So Shutikirti would go in and check any mosquitoes inside. So while he was in there, Prabhupada came in and sat, and then he saw that was one mosquito. And he was trying to hit it away, not to kill it, to hit it away. And Prabhupada said, no, don't do that. It's a dhambasi. It's an entity that was born in Vrindavan. You are visiting only here. He was born here. So now, how to serve Guru now like that now? Because you get that kind of instruction now, what to do. And then the mosquito came and sat on Prabhupada's shoulder. And then Prabhupada hit it like that. And then Prabhupada said, before, he didn't hurt anyone. Now that he caused harm, now you can kill it. So mosquito is like that. But not with monkeys. Monkeys, we neutral with them. Vrindavan monkeys, oh, very restless. Just like Krishna, very, very restless. So now they're even stealing cell phones. Yeah, so be careful. If you in Vrindavan, they'll cell phone bhi chori karega. So just like that, when we are doing devotion to Krishna, then opulence, we got to think deeper on what is it we keeping this for? What is it we holding this for? So when Prabhupada first went to America, then the young devotees joined at that time. They were only 20, 21, bacha, they're really bacha, children. And Prabhupada would nurture them, teach them about Krishna. Nothing, start. They have no foundation even of who is Krishna. And one time, one Sanskrit scholar was criticizing. He was saying, "Oh, Swamiji, your disciples are very nice, they're chanting and doing all that, but Sanskrit pronunciation is not good. They can't pronounce the Sanskrit Bhagavad Gita verses good." So Prabhupada turned to him and said, "Pronunciation may be not good, but renunciation is good." At 20 years old to give up like that. Many of our Maharajas who are here today, His Holiness Bhakti Chaitanya Maharaj, Holiness Partha Sarati Das Goswami Maharaj, many of the others, Ram Govinda Maharaj, they from a young age, especially the Western disciples of Prabhupada, they from very young age, they gave up life. So what will give you inspiration like that to completely give up? Recently in Mayapur, where I live, Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, it was his 50th sannyas anniversary. He took sannyas, I think at 18 years or 19 years old, like that. Real, like children. Just Prabhupada said, do it. Prabhupada gives the blessing. That's all they need. That level of connection with Krishna. What to speak of material objects and things, They live out of a suitcase. One suitcase that's it. You're traveling all the time, no more than 3 days in one place, and constantly glorifying the Lord. And if this was artificial, then 50 years later the person is still around, still doing the same thing. 50 years. Anybody can pretend 1 year, 2 years, right? For 50 years can you pretend? This is real taste then. What Prabhupada blessed was real taste for Krishna. So that's what we want from the Vedas. That devotion, devotional service to Krishna. That you cannot purchase even from the Vedas. Vedas sadullabha. Vedas sadullabha dhullabhatma bhakto govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajame. Advaitam achutyam anadir ananta rupam adhya purana purusha navayovanamscha vedasa durlabha adullabha atma bhakto govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajame. That is very far in the Vedas. You look in the Vedas, you study so much of Sanskrit, 12 years, so much of things. You study all the Puranas, get the pronunciation right, everything. But there's a high chance that if you don't get the mercy of a devotee, then you'll miss Sudullabha. But Atma Bhakto, then the sincere soul that just comes and listens to a pure devotee like Srila Prabhupada, they can give up. Pronunciation is bad, but renunciation, that's where it counts, right? Look at Lord Shiva in his activities. Always renounced, sitting absorbed, showing the perfect example. So let's read a little more and then we'll stop.
But still the worshippers of Lord Shiva are very rich. Krishna, Lord Vishnu, however, lives very opulently, whether in Vaikuntha or in the material world. But his devotees appear poverty-stricken. Why is this so? Maharaj Parikshit's question is very intelligent. The two classes of devotees, namely the devotees of Lord Shiva and the devotees of Lord Vishnu, are always in disagreement. Even today in India, these two classes of devotees still criticize each other. Especially in South India, the followers of Ramanujacharya and the followers of Shankaracharya hold occasional meetings for understanding the Vedic conclusion. Generally, the followers of Ramanujacharya come out victorious in such meetings. So Parikshit Maharaj wanted to clarify the situation by asking this question of Shukadeva Goswami. The Lord Shiva lives as a poor man, although his devotees appear very opulent, whereas Lord Krishna or Lord Vishnu is always opulent, and yet his devotees appear poverty-stricken. In a situation which appears contradictory and puzzling to a discriminating person. Replying to King Parikshit's inquiry, Shukadeva Goswami said, the Lord Shiva is the master of the material energy. The material energy is represented by Goddess Durga, and because Lord Shiva happens to be a husband, Goddess Durga is completely under his subjugation.
Okay, thank you. So this gets into the tattva now, the philosophical tattva of Lord Shiva. So in Brahma Samhita it's described this. Khiram yatati vikara vishesha yogat sanjayata pritaga asti heto ya shambhota apitata samupartikaryat govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajame. So it's described that just like you take milk, khiram yatati vikara vishesha yogat. If you add acid, it becomes dahi, yogurt. So both are milk. Yogurt is milk and dahi is milk. But one is the source of the other. And one cannot go back to the other form. Once you got yogurt, you can't get back into milk. So this is how it's described, Lord Shiva's tattva. It's one, in Vedic study, it's one tattva on its own. It's a very, very deep tattva because he has so many aspects to himself. So Lord Shiva is described in this way, that just like milk is turned into yogurt by acid, similarly Lord Shiva and Lord Krishna, they have this relationship in that way. In the material world, like if you read in Shiv Puran and other Vedic literature, you'll hear Lord Shiva is the greatest in this material world, which is the truth. But in Gita, how is Krishna described? Is that Krishna himself declares this. Matta paratanandanyat kinchit asti dhananjaya mai sarvamidam prokta sutra manigana eva. He says, Arjun, there is no truth superior to me. So these are different levels of truth. When we say tattva, it means different levels of understanding and truth. So Krishna has declared that there is no truth superior. There is no truth higher than as he is declared in Bhagavad Gita. So putting this together, it would be wrong if we would try to criticize or blaspheme. Because Prabhupada started by saying the neophyte has this understanding. So he is developing. No problem being neophyte. No problem being a new devotee and a new seeker of the knowledge. He is learning and he will evolve his knowledge in that way. That's why one of the offenses against the holy name is to criticize the demigods like Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, who are equal to or independent of the name of Lord Vishnu or Krishna. So to think that they are equal to Krishna and to also think that they are independent. That independent is more important than the equal part. To think that the demigods are independent, because they're not. They are fully dependent. They are fully dependent on the Supreme Lord. So as our consciousness evolves, we'll get to understand these aspects through realization. This process is not all through study. Otherwise, great philosophers will be great devotees. We don't see that. So part of the process is study, philosophy, and a major part of it. Pratyaksha bhargamam dharmam susukam kartam avyayam. Major part of it is this knowledge, Arjun. Raja vidya rajaguhyam pavitram idam uttama pratyaksha bhargamam dharmam. This major part of this knowledge is through realization. That's why when devotees meet and they're having satsang, they're always asking, what is your realization? Which means you heard something and you thought about something, mananam, you've meditated on it, and then you have some Vijnanam, realization. Jnanam Vijnanam Astikam. Brahma Karma Swabhavacha. One of the 8 qualities of a Brahmana is he's realized in Vedic knowledge. So these truths is not contradicted to him. He knows where they fit in the hierarchy. So Prabhupada is explaining this point there, that Lord Shiva has this, and then his consort or his internal energy, his energy is Mother Durga. And who is she? She is the queen of this material creation. So naturally, if she is the queen, he is the king. But understand, it's this material creation. And material creation is 1/4 the whole of existence. 3/4 of it is in the spiritual world. So who controls that? So the Vedas give knowledge about this, but it has to be revealed through realization. Pratyaksha Bhargamam Dharmam. So we have to do moments of reflection also. That's why those who are second initiated, we chant Gayatri mantras 3 Sandhyas. Every third Sandhya, every 3 times in a day. And some moment after that, we are remembering in those moments, at that Sandhya, that change of time. Sandhya means a change of time. So time is the controlling element. This is another one of the Jyotish of Mahakaleshwar in Ujjain. It's a famous Jyotish there, Bara Jyotish. So like this, Lord Shiva's consort, she's controlling this material energy, and she's also serving Shrishti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Reka Chayena Bhuvanani Vibharti Durga Ichchanurupam api asya chachastatesa Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajame. All this is in Brahma Samhita, the philosophical tattva of the hierarchy of all these demigods. So once we see it and once we reflect on it under the guidance of Parampara, then it becomes very clear. Okay, I understand now where they fit in. It's not a contradictory. I don't have to criticize a devotee of Lord Shiva. I can appreciate that this person has devotion. And he has devotion for Vaishnavayata Shambho, the greatest of all Vaishnavas. So he has devotion for that person. And he will not be misled, because Lord Shiva will make sure that he comes. And think about it also. Lord Shiva has his own sampradaya, right? Rudra sampradaya. In Padma Puran, 4 sampradayas. One sampradaya is Rudra sampradaya. So who is he connecting people to as the head of that sampradaya? So if you put these points down, systematically you can see his mood or demeanor is more designed towards helping souls go back somewhere. Go back to Godhead, as we say. His demeanor, his behavior, his achar, the way he sits, the way he meditates, he's always meditating. Whose name is he chanting on those beads? You never see him with jewelry or anything like that. And he's he's in charge of the Tamagun, and he's doing seva to places where people won't even go. He's helping those souls. So what a deep compassion he has, and what a deep personality this is. How can somebody only in ignorance can criticize such a person? Only in ignorance. That's why Prabhupada said right at the beginning, again I'm making that point, it's a neophyte way of thinking. But once you have knowledge, then you understand the hierarchy and how they all are connected in serving the Lord. So I hope we've shared something, we've learned something about Lord Shiva, Lord Krishna, and the power of devotional service. That the goal of all the Vedas, this is where this question is coming from. How to get the soul to the point of rendering devotional service. That is where all great personalities, all great acharyas, all great teachers, all great founders of great religions, they all are coming to this one point. how to get the soul to render some devotional service. And when that is the greatest joy. That is where the soul is truly happy. When the soul, yayatma suprasiddhati, Bhagavatam describes, that when you reach enjoyment or satisfaction at the level of the soul, yayatma suprasiddhati, then you've achieved some real substantial well-being, some genuine well-being. Anything other than that is just a matter of frustration. Sorry to say, but it's just a matter of time before you're going to become frustrated. If not, you already are. So that's also good, because that brings you towards realizing matter doesn't matter anymore. It's the spiritual essence that gives me real fulfillment and real taste. And that is what's available. This temple is called Temple of Understanding. As a young boy, when I first heard of this, and the Prabhupada self-realization book with Prabhupada on the cover, and we used to keep it right next to the telephone. Right next to the telephone directory, next to that, Prabhupada's book was there. And never knew, every time you answer the phone, you look at the Swamiji, and you wonder, what is he actually meant to tell us? What is he trying to convey and give us? So a guru is somebody that has more faith in you than you have in yourself. This is a guru. And a Jagat Guru is somebody who has such level of compassion that he can bring the whole world, the whole planet to the service of Krishna. And such a personality is Srila Prabhupada. By his kindness, his compassion is so deep. It's really when you come to India, Bharat, and you go to the places of his birth, which is now there in Calcutta, Toliganj, you can visit it, and you can hear from his family, his son is still alive, what he was before and what he became. And Bhaktisiddhanta in Mayapur, the Gaudiya Math is there, Bhaktisiddhanta's Prabhupada Samadhi is there. You can go there and feel that energy of compassion, because when you have compassion, then you are driven, you are forced to preach. You'll be forced to want to share something. If you don't have that level of compassion, you'll not feel the impetus to want to help others. And these great souls are showing us this by example. So thank you very much. You've been very, very patient, very kind, and we've also brought some Mahaprasad for you, which will be distributed as you go out. So are there any questions from anyone? Or maybe Alanath Prabhu can see? Please feel free. We have another mic here. You can just check if there's... Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
I'm so happy to see you.
My pranams.
So, okay, my question is, if someone is not practicing Krishna consciousness and if he or she render devotional service, so how one's life is?
Yes. This is Agyata Sukriti. This is called unknowingly doing some seva. So, even unknowingly, if you make somebody fortunate, they will get great reward for this. So this is the nature of a devotee. This is why preaching is so dynamic. You see the nature of preaching? Prabhupada is the one who envisioned book distribution. Prior to that, there was no. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, his appearance day is coming soon. He couldn't even find a copy of the Chaitanya Charitamrita in Bengali at that time of his time. Can you imagine? So Prabhupada was so revolutionary just like we're studying now. He thought, I may not live to write the 10th canto Bhagavatam, but at least I can give Krishna now in Krishna book. We all were, in the early days, we all received that big grey 3-volume set. How many still have it at home? Yeah? The big used to be hardcover Krishna book, 3 volumes. Just touching the books is Agyata Sukriti. Just somehow, by whatever you've done, we mustn't forget that we are born in Kali Yuga by destiny. It's by destiny because we have Kali Yuga tendencies. So we can't fit into Satya Yuga, it's too pure. We can't fit into Treta Yuga. Even monkeys got seva there. We got no seva. And in Dwarpa Yuga, Krishna did some Dwarpa Pariyachanam. He established some temples. His grandson Vajranabh did more. But in Kali Yuga, we are here at this time, 2 reasons. We have a full heart of Kali Yuga tendencies. Let's not deny that. But secondly, something in there also is anukul. It's favorable. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu looks at that and says, this soul has all these tendencies, which is no problem. If they chant the holy name, Sarva Papa Vinashanam, all the sin will be gone. So that is the result of sin. But sin, being purified of sin, doesn't guarantee you back to the spiritual world, because you didn't do any devotional service. If you did some devotional service, you'll feel that you've developed some reciprocation with Krishna. So therefore, what we are getting as preaching service, as devotional service, it's coming from Guru. It's Srila Prabhupada's own service, which is distributing to all of us. And even 50 years now, he's come to South Africa. Devotees, do you know how many countries Prabhupada has visited? 24 countries. In 24 countries, one country is where? South Africa. You know how rare that is? You have any idea how rare that is? That is, until you reflect on it, you'll appreciate what has been given to us over these years in the form of devotional service, and how kind that right here in this suburb, the Lakshmi Narayan temple is not far from here, and in Yeovil, Johannesburg, few hundred kilometers away, Prabhupada stepped on this land. It can't be ordinary. Bhagavatam describes that holy tirthas are purified when the pure devotee goes there. Ganga becomes purified when the pure devotee take bath in Ganga. He purifies her. That kind of a personality was in our presence just 50 years ago. And he's given a very simple process. He's made all of us fortunate. Brahmande Brahmate Kon Bhagyavan Jeev. Guru Krishna Prasada Bhai Bhakti Lata Bij. The scripture is saying, for you to get Guru, Krishna and Prasad in this lifetime, and the mercy of getting the Bhakti Lata, the devotional seed in the heart, who is that? Kon Bhagyavan Jeev. Who is that fortunate soul? It's all of us sitting here. But the greater fortune that a devotee joins a temple yesterday, today he's going out on book distribution. Show me one other process of yoga that can do that. All the other processes of yoga are designed to help yourself, self-help. Be it karma yoga, be it jnana yoga. Karma yoga, by activity you purify yourself. No connection with Krishna. You don't need Krishna for karma yoga. You just need to follow dharma. Jnana yoga, you just need a very intelligent brain to study all the scripture and all the arguments and everything like that. You don't need Krishna for that. Vasudeva, that's why after many years of that, Bahunam Janmana Ante, Jnanavam Mam Prapadyante, Vasudeva Sarvamiti, Sa Mahatma Sudullabha. After many years of studying like this, that great soul comes to understand what? Vasudeva Sarvamiti. Krishna is everything. We've skipped all of that. We've finished all the karma, we've finished all the end of 7th chapter Gita. This very beautiful verse comes. Tesham dvanda gatam papam jananam punya karmanam te dvanda moha nirmukta bhajate mam drita vrata. Tesham dvanda gatam papam. After many lifetimes of purity, you know pap? You know pap? Yes, many lifetimes of pap is gone. Tesham dvanda gatam papam and jananam punya karmanam, and then they take birth and do punya karma. They save the animals, they do charity, they do welfare, all this work. Many lifetimes, jananam punya karma. You're doing punya karma. Great. And then what? Te dvanda moha nirmukta. Third line. That then only the illusion of what this material world gets taken away. Otherwise, you'll still be thinking, I'm part of this. Aham brahmasmi. You'll still be thinking, I am connected to all of these things. And then the last line, until you finish the pap, you finish the punya, and the moha is gone, the illusion, then bhajate mam drita vrata. Then only they do my bhajan with drita vrata, great determination. Now you've all come to that part. How many lifetimes all this that you don't even know of has been gone? Many. Many, many, many. So just by following a great Mahatma, and we have such a person who has come to this land, who has given us the teaching, he's given us the knowledge, and he's given us the service of Radha Radhanath. He's given all this. And now he's saying, enjoy it. Relish it and share it with others as well. Make others fortunate as well. And we are seeing how many new people are coming to the temple. You've noticed? Lots of people are coming because everyone is spirit soul, and the soul cannot be satisfied by matter. Nothing material can give that person joy. So it's only a matter of time before the whole world will come to take shelter, especially in this Sankirtan Yagya of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Simple process. Just take the Japa Mala and chant Krishna Naam. That's all. In the Puranas, this verse comes. We'll end on this point. In the Puranas, one sloka comes there. Iti sodaskam nam nam kalikal mashana nasanam natta paratana upaya sarva veda sadrisyate. This Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Iti sodaskam nam nam. These 16 names. Kali kalmas nashanam. All the bad effects of Kali is gone just like that. Kali kalmasana nashanam. Natta paratananya upaya. If you look in all the scripture, you won't find anything upaya higher than this in this Kali Yuga. Iti sodaskam nam nam. Kali, in this age of Kali, kalmasana nashanam, to clear out all the evil effects of Kali. Natta paratananya upaya. You won't find anything greater than this. Sarva Veda, again, Vedas. Sarva Veda said drisyate. Drishti means to see spiritually. He says, even if you have evolved your consciousness to see spiritually, you still won't see anything in all the Vedas higher than this in the age of Kali. So it's not Hare Krishna people who are only saying this. This is Vedas. Sarva Veda sadrisyate. So what a simple process it is. Anybody can take the bead and chant. Anybody can take the mala and even follow in the example of Lord Shiva. He's always got his mala. We always got mala also. We're trying. And simply take this name, Krishna Naam, and see what difference comes in your life. If there's anything, what will be the loss? There'll be no loss because you have chanted the names of the Lord. Well, you'll say, I'm not seeing any difference in my life. Well, try it. First try. The pudding is enjoyed by the eating. First taste it. Taste and see what you feel of, because this is not material vibration. It's not like that bass taxi going past, boom, 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 and you just also going with that sound. No choice you have. That is material sound. This is coming, Goloka Premadan, Harinam Sankirtan. It's coming from Golok Vrindavan, from top there. So if it's coming from there, what a power it's coming with. And it's meant for Kali Yuga. It's meant specifically. That's why it's called Maha Mantra. There are many mantras that one can chant, and they all are wonderful, and they all are coming from Vedas. But why this is called Maha Mantra? It's giving something that others are not giving. Kali Kalmasana Nashanam. All the evil effects of Kali Yuga will be just like that. That is why somebody who joined yesterday, today he's already gone out to help others. Any process that does that? No one. All the Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Astanga Yoga is even more. You're just sitting and trying to help yourself to see the super soul. You can't help anybody else. How do you feel when you help somebody? When we were small, we used to carry the old ayah, carry the parcel, she'll come from the market. You'll know this, You're looking at me like, what this Prabhu is talking. We were coming from the market, my granny used to come with the bus and say, wait by the bus stop, I'm coming with the parcels. And then you carry and you try, bring it home, Saturday, shopping day. So you try like that, help one ayah somewhere, help one uncle somewhere, help one Prabhu somewhere, help one child somewhere. Everyone is spirit soul. And everyone is searching for this. Now you've been given this great benediction. Your life is already perfected. You're already living the pure life. You're already tasting on the level of the soul. Just enjoy and make others also enjoy through devotional service. So we'll stop there. Thank you for your time and your patience. Been very kind. I appreciate it. Please collect your sweet as you're going out. And thank you to Alanath Prabhu for giving me some service. Shri Shri Radha Radhanath ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Go Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Haribo, you're here. That's great. How did you come? You didn't walk.
Hare Krishna, devotees, Hari Bol. Those that are going to the Goshala, the bus is about to leave now. Hari Bol.